Today on Karamo.
Please, let me be your brother.
It's 4 siblings
I would rather suffer than to spend another second in that house.
who all say they grew up in one abusive household.
My sister was down on the floor.
But do you know what I was going through?
There was an incident where the police were called,
I had my baseball bat ready to break his stereo.
Katie was fighting him, punching him.
and now these 3 brothers
He was also kicking me on the side.
Listen, sorry.
and 1 little sister
It's actually choking me.
have to find a way to come back together. When it comes to love, it's never tough. Love is just love. Can today mark a new beginning
You give your friends more love than your family.
for this extremely troubled family? This story is about 4 siblings who are suffering from the past and desperate for a brighter future. One of the siblings, named Coach, called our show because he fears if someone doesn't step forward, their family bond will be broken forever. Everyone, please welcome Coach to the show. Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I heard y'all Haitian.
Yes.
Est-ce que vous parlez créole?
We.
We're not gonna go too far. Coach, okay. So you called the show. Tell me, how did you all grow up?
So ever since I was a child, we all the kids were close. You know, me and my siblings were very close. But we grew up in a house where the parents weren't really supportive. Our father wasn't there for like a big part of it. And we all grew up together. We grew up close because we knew it was sort of like us against the parents. And then finally, when we met up with my dad, because for the longest he was staying with another woman, when we met up with my dad and we started living with him, we find out he had another kid. And but you know, the whole thing didn't bother us. It's okay, we'll welcome, we're not gonna treat the other kid any different, but
But it was hard.
it was hard, yeah. He was very abusive. His words, you know, he would call us piece of shit. He didn't really care. He didn't really care how he would make us feel.
Tell me more about your father. I know that you said he had abusive language. Tell me more about just him as a person.
He's very traditional. But that's no excuse. But you know, he's very traditional.
But it gives context because that's why I asked you if you're Haitian, because your father's not from America.
No.
He's from Haiti.
Yes.
So there's traditional values that sometimes don't align with some of the more American values.
Absolutely.
So you called the cops on your father.
Yes.
What happened?
Last year, I called the cops on my father. We didn't have any Christmas, none of that. But I went to my mother's house for New Year's. Came in, my sister was down on the floor. She was bruised up. I already knew what happened because earlier that day, she went and called me telling me she was watching a show about 2 homosexual males. And my father went in, he's like, turn it off. Don't watch it on my TV. And I told my sister, you know what, just avoid it. Go in your room, watch it on your phone. She went in her room. They followed her. And no, I said turn it off. I'm not just saying my television. I want you to turn it off. You shouldn't be watching that type of stuff. You shouldn't be. That's what he was saying. You shouldn't be watching that type of stuff. She wouldn't listen. So he said, okay, I will wait till Sean get home, and then I will make Sean tell you to turn it off.
And Sean is the oldest brother.
Sean is the oldest.
So then by the time you saw her on New Year's Eve and you saw the bruises,
Yep.
who had hit her?
So they ganged up on her. Sean was holding her. She was trying to fight back, and then my father was still like, you know, beating her down. Yep.
Okay, got it. Did you move out after that situation?
I moved out way, yeah. Before me and my father was already getting into it. We got into a massive fight. I had my baseball bat ready to break his stereo down. And then my brother King took my side.
Yeah.
So King decided, I'm not gonna stand for this. And that's why Sean put the blame on me because he feel like I'm responsible for King leaving. And he feel like I'm selfish.
Do your siblings have your back when it comes to all of this?
King, yes. Sean, no, not so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is Sean different from the rest of you, do you believe?
You know, I feel like a big part of it is because he was the oldest. It plays a part. You know, he grew up a little closer to him than we did.
Sort of cultural expectations as well with the oldest son.
It's the same, yeah. You know, growing up, me and King and KD had that chance to like, you know, form into who we wanted to be. But Sean was the oldest, so it kind of like, you know, this is how it needs to be, that type of lifestyle.
So does Katie still live there?
Yeah, she still lives there, man. I mean, yeah, she still lives there, and you know, I can't take her to like a job interview because she's so shy, because they want her to stay in. She can't leave the house. She can't hang out with friends. You
And
know,
who's
and
they?
it's
That's your father.
my father, yes.
And is Sean as well? Does he always want her to stay in the house as well?
Sean believed the same thing, yeah.
That she should stay in the
Yeah.
house. And why are they wanting her in the house?
She has to watch over my younger brother, you know. They feel like it's her job, you know, and you know she has a life. She gotta live her life, and everything is holding her down.
How were you able to get her on the show today?
I called KD. I told KD about the thing, about everything, and I'm like, this is a chance for us to get together. So I want you to have a conversation with Mom. I want you to have a conversation with Dad. Let them know that all of us need to sit down and we need to talk together. My dad wasn't for it. That's why he didn't want to be here, but you know, here we are.
But your mom was willing.
My mom was willing, yep.
Oh, okay. So Coach wants to start the journey towards helping his 3 siblings heal, and that road first leads to the older brother, Sean. So everyone, please welcome Sean to the show. Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. How you
Good.
doing?
Welcome to the show. Nice
Welcome.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Like
too.
this jacket.
Oh, thank you.
So Sean, I want to ask you really quickly. Do you think it was right that your brother called the cops on your father?
Who got the most abusive in the house?
4 siblings and 1 abusive household.
I would rather suffer than
Be
to
in the
spend
house.
another second in that house.
Can anyone justify the incident where the police were called?
I know what you were saying.
But do you know what I was going through?
Me and my siblings were very close. Our father wasn't there for like a big part of it. He was very abusive. Last year, I called the cops on my father. My sister was down on the floor. She was bruised up. She was watching a show about 2 homosexual males. And my father went in, he's like, turn it off. Don't watch it on my TV. They ganged up on her. Sean was holding her. She was trying to fight back, and then my father was still like beating her down.
So Sean, I want to ask you really quickly. Do you think it was right that your brother called the cops on your father?
It was not the right thing to do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, because the way we do things is like, me personally, it's not the right thing to do because it's like you're doing something that's in the favor of you. You know what I mean? But you're not thinking about the other ones.
I am thinking of the other ones. That's why I called the cops.
No, actually,
I was looking at my sister.
Actually, here's the reality. Okay, my sister was 17. I get it. She's a minor. Okay, and my father was making the most income. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the way I look at it is like patience. Yes, we needed to talk to him. Let me speak to him. I was telling these guys, hey, be patient. Let me talk to my father about this whole situation, how to like talk to the people, you know, the children and stuff, how to like, I would say, how to raise them. You know what I mean? Give me the time to, you know, speak to him, because I'm the oldest one, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't give you the right reason to just call the cops out of nowhere just because he have done something. You don't give me a chance to speak to him. You know what I mean?
Patience? Bro, I was this small, and you've been saying the same thing since I was this small. I was
Listen.
20 years old last year when I called the cops. Nothing changed.
Look.
That's how we make a
Look,
move.
admit it. Who got the most abusive in the house? I got abused more, and I was patient. You know what I mean?
So you're married now with children and you live in a different
No,
state?
I have a son.
Why did you move out or move away?
I feel like everything was pressure on me.
Got it.
You know, like this whole family things and work, and I had a girlfriend that time. Everything was just stressful. But with this whole situation with my father and, you know, us, the thing is, I know how it feels to be a father. But sometimes we all make a mistake. He didn't know how to raise people, you know, raise children well. I get it.
Right.
But give me time to speak to him and let him know, hey, listen.
You've had enough
bruises are-
time. You really have enough.
No.
Honestly,
So I want to ask you this, because I hear you. You're saying like I want to be there. I want to step in. I want to like show my father that there's another way. Yet, tell me about the time that you stepped in to punish Katie.
First of all, you lied because you weren't there. Okay?
Okay.
When he spoke to me about this whole situation, because I was the first one to brought it up and be like, hey, listen, you know, you're a minor, you know, you need time. You need to stay away from these things for a little bit. And then when a week later, she kept doing the same thing. I I spoke to my mom.
She
I'm
was
like, hey,
watching a YouTube
hold on,
video.
let me speak, come on. I'm a brother, I gotta be a tough, you know, I'm giving you tough love, that's right there, you know what I mean? That's what I was doing. So, I don't have anything against what she was watching and stuff. It's just, it wasn't the time for it.
Are you saying because of the fact that she was watching this and you feel like, not about the content, but the fact that she's too young to be watching stuff, that it was okay for your father to hit her?
No, it was not the right way.
Okay.
I told him, it's not the right way.
So
Here's when the thing happened.
Yeah.
It's the fact that I said, hey, if you're not listening to me, I'm gonna have to take your phone away. And then I took the phone away. I'm like, give me the phone. She was fighting me. She was fighting me. She was kicking me. It's like me fighting him. You know, imagine if I'm fighting my brother. So I'm like, you know what? Is this the way it's gonna be? Then I'm gonna treat you like a man, because you're fighting me hard.
You guys should have mind your own
Listen,
business the minute you went to her room.
Hold on.
Honestly.
Hold on.
We could have avoided all of that.
Look,
the minute you went to her
listen,
room.
I'm gonna get to your point. Listen. She started, you know, hitting me hard, you know what I mean? So I had to like hold the hands really hard and stuff and get the phone away from her and put it in my room. And then that's when, like, I think that time my mom was trying to give me a belt. I'm like, Mom, give me the belt.
One more brother is about to join the conversation.
He was also kicking me on the side.
Listen, sorry.
Is there any way this troubled family
You give your friends more love than your family.
can find a way to come back together?
I know what you were saying.
But do you know what I was going through? I got abused more. He didn't know how to raise children well. I get it.
Tell me about the time that you stepped in to punish Katie.
I said, hey, if you're not listening to me, I'm gonna have to take your phone away. She was fighting me, she was kicking me. Is this the way it's gonna be? Then I'm gonna treat you like a man, because you're fighting me hard. I'm like, Mom, give me the belt. I took the belt. I'm like, I didn't wanna hit you, but the thing is, you forcing me to. You need to listen. You need to listen. I give her many chances. I give her many chances to listen, but she didn't listen to me. You see, with my culture and stuff, when we give so many chances and stuff, we have to spank the child in a way to listen. If we give too many chances, my father, he doesn't give many chances. He just do this, like right there.
I'm listening to what you're saying, and I can understand your point of view and why you think this way. But this is your little sister, not your daughter.
Yeah.
So, are you ever worried that your actions are going to affect your relationship with her?
To be honest, I try to be as nice to my little sister because I love her. They give their, you know, love part, you know what I mean? But me, I give it when it, you know, I give it all the way. But when action needs to be taken, I have to step up and be like, hey, listen, this is not the right way. If, let's say, for example, if Katie's doing something wrong, and I give her chances, and she keep doing things again, now I have to take action. Because at the end of the day, if my parents are not here, I'm
You
the
feel
guardian.
responsibility.
But this generation messes up a lot of kids in America. Okay? Tell me if I'm wrong. How many children disrespected their parents because of easy love? Sometimes you just gotta give them tough love.
I mean,
Sometimes. But the way you guiding Katie,
how am I
yes,
getting Katie?
it's good. Listen. It's good to give her love, but sometimes you're being too nice and
And
stuff.
guess she never disrespected me.
But
It's how you speak to them. It's not about how.
I
It's not
get it.
about.
But-
It's how you speak to them.
Right.
It's how you correct them. It's not.
Right.
Well, listen, I'll say this. Everyone at home, there's 4 siblings in crisis, hoping today will be the beginning of a new and peaceful future for all of them. We've talked to Coach and Sean, and now I'd like to speak to the brother in the middle of all of this. Please welcome King to the show. Hey, how are you?
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. All right, so King, what do you think about Sean's behavior?
Well, I think, honestly, Sean just described everything that is wrong with society today.
Okay.
And I personally think, since I've known him, everything he's done is because he's selfish. And it all goes back to what he wants, what helps him. And being that I'm the second sibling, I had to step up and take up his role and do his job. While doing it and while having my dad kick me, he was also kicking me on the side. And it wasn't
Like
just
kicking you how?
abuse from parents, but not only was I doing the job that he was too coward to do,
Coward.
but I was taking
Okay.
abuse from him
You know,
as a sibling.
you need to grow
and
up.
it didn't help.
King, I want to know from you, how do you feel like this is affecting your family? How did being in this family affect you is a more important question for me.
It destroyed my mental health.
Okay.
And the reason it hurts me most when I found out with everything that happened with Katie is because my main goal, knowing how much I took from the abuse at home, my main goal was to make sure the ones that came after me didn't have to go through so much. And it was not easy to do so because the one that came before me was doing the opposite of that.
King, just let me ask you this. So you actually were homeless for a little bit. You had to live out of your car or something of that nature?
Yes, I did. It was more than one time.
And
but
why was that?
honestly, a lot of it I will say is because I would rather suffer outside, wherever life took me, than
Be
to
in the
spend
house.
another second in that house. She did not deserve any of it.
What did you do to help?
Their little sister, Katie, is coming out next.
You give your friends more love than your family.
And you won't believe what she has to say.
It's actually choking me.
But do you know what I was going through?
You are the cop. Get off my stage.
But this generation messes up a lot of kids in America. Sometimes you just gotta give them tough love.
How did being in this family affect you?
It destroyed my mental health.
You actually were homeless for a little bit. You had to live out of your car or something of that nature?
I would rather suffer outside than
Be
to
in the
spend
house.
another second in that house.
You made a face there. What was the face for? Because you also said that you left because of the pressure.
Yes.
So he's telling you this
because
almost
nobody
identical.
understand me, both parents and those two. Well, those three
They
of
don't,
my
they don't
siblings.
understand what you've been through.
They didn't understand. While they're having their family drama, they don't understand. Here goes the parents, they don't understand me. I'm trying to put them together and stuff, you know, trying to like set peace in the family. They feel like I was taking sides, both of them. All it takes is patience. Just be patient. You're not ready for out there right now.
When he
Just
keeps
wait
saying
for me.
patience, what do y'all think he's saying?
It's aggravating when he says patience
It's
because
not.
I always say it's one thing to say I'm going to be a doctor, I'll be patient, I'll go through the process. It's another thing to say I'm going to be patient
Yeah.
in an abusive relationship because you don't know where your patience ends. There's no patience with abuse. It's either someone dies unexpectedly or
So-
someone managed to get out when they can.
So you saying that he hated you?
I'm saying that he hated me and you didn't make it better.
I didn't make it better. I didn't make it better.
King, what is your relationship like with Katie?
I love Katie. And honestly, I think I still feel guilty today by how much she took, being at her age. She did not deserve any of it.
And she's still in the house.
And she's still in the house.
Got it.
And Katie will suffer more because she's younger. And with all of this being said, this
Look,
one didn't help.
Look, this one didn't help. What did you do to help?
What did I do to help? Aside from the fact that we got him arrested and you got him out?
I got him out.
Why? Isn't
I'm
the
thinking-
man there the
hold on,
man
hold
that
on,
you let out
hold
of
on,
jail?
hold on, listen.
Isn't he
No,
still at the
I'ma
house? You let him out, right?
Let me get to
Because
him.
of his
Let-
income.
No,
What
no,
is
no.
his
Now you're just
income doing
pissing
right
me off.
now?
Listen, you're just pissing me off. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me get to him. He doesn't understand. Because you know what you're doing? You give your friends more love than your family. Like, he's up. Listen, sorry. I'm so sorry. But he only cares about his friends. Do you ever show me love?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Just be quiet. Let me talk to him.
Does he show you love? You asked him, does he ever show you love?
Look,
does he show you
look.
love? Do you show him love?
Look.
Because I'm wondering, were
You're
y'all
just
close at one
assuming-
point? Did
He's
you
just-
ever show him love?
No, at one point we were close. And then
No, you weren't
growing up
close. You
in
weren't
school,
close.
I was always being called names. And then when I get back home, my older brother was also calling me names.
How?
That destroyed that relationship.
How?
But aside from that fact,
How was I calling you?
He said
we were,
I
we were
chose
young.
friends
We were
over
kids. You
family.
know what I mean? Of course, we were immature. We were.
you were.
We were.
You were.
Okay.
Okay? He's talking about like when we were like 13, 12 years old. That's what he was
I
talking
hear you.
about.
I hear you. I hear you. The reason y'all see me quiet here and y'all see me taking a whole bunch of notes is because I really do see where this pain is going where this pain has started. I see a lot of this, and I also can see how we can fix this. But before I can do that, we've heard from Coach, Sean, and King about the pain and dysfunction they endured in their home. But what about the only female sibling, Katie? I want to talk to her now, so please welcome Katie to the show. Hey, Katie, how are you doing?
Hi, Karamo.
Welcome to the show. Let me give you a hug. Nice to meet you. Take a seat. Katie, how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel that these two brothers right here are fighting for you? Or all three of your brothers, that your brothers are fighting for you? I'm not going to single you out right now because I'm still learning the story.
I have so many emotions. Like one part, I'm like, they're doing it because they care. But on the other part, I'm like hurt. Because it's like all three guys that I love, even if they drive me crazy at times, they're going to like fight for me. It's kind of toxic. And sometimes it makes me cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which of your brothers do you still talk to?
King and Coach. I purposely avoid him on purpose. I don't want to talk to Sean.
And why is that?
So much trauma behind me, and it really hurts me knowing that he was holding my mom back while my father was actually choking me.
Three of you, can you do me a favor really quickly?
Yeah.
Can you take a step backstage for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
An emotional one-on-one conversation with Sean is next.
I'm seeing your point of view is what I'm trying to let you see. The abuse should have stopped with you, but now they're wanting it to stop with them.
Will Sean be able to apologize to all of his siblings?
I'm gonna give you that chance right now.
I love Katie. I still feel guilty today by how much she took. And she's still in the house.
I don't want to talk to Sean knowing that he was holding my mom back while my father was actually choking me.
I was.
Yes, you were.
I was.
You was tell mom, Mom, stop. She needs to learn her
You know
lesson.
what he was doing?
You were telling mom
Listen,
that.
listen. Yes, I was talking to my mom. But what he was doing, you know, his back was showing the way he was doing or whatever he was doing, right? It's like Katie was fighting him, punching him or
Well,
whatever.
when you're being choked, you're gonna fight back.
Listen. That was not my intention. I was like, Mom, let him discipline her. Because I was like, I felt like she was punching back.
By
But
choking
listen,
her, right? That's
listen,
disciplining
here's the
her?
thing, here's me. Listen, here's me. I didn't see the choking part like I said.
I know what you were saying.
The reason why I was like, no, Mom, is because like you were punching back and he had a belt.
I've heard that. Hold on. Katie, do you feel that Coach and King are truly supportive of you?
On some parts, yeah.
Okay. What parts do you feel like they could be more supportive?
I will say that I do some stuff, like I'm not a saint, and I messed up a lot, and I'll take accountability for it. But what I will say is that sometimes I want them to like guide me in a positive way, instead of like reinforcing fear sometimes into me. That's all I ask.
So
Like, I don't have a problem.
Katie, is there anything that your parents are making you do that you don't want to do?
Yeah.
What?
I love my little brother because we have a little one, but one thing that my parents do, I don't want to put my life on hold. Like, I'm young, I want to do new things, and I don't even have friends because I have to watch my little brother.
And you want to go to the Navy, but you told my producers.
Yeah.
Why?
Because ever since I was 6, I've always adored the Navy, like the uniform, and I always thought that they were brave, etc.
Is it also a way for you just to escape?
Yeah.
Got it. The three of you, can you do me a favor really quickly?
Yeah.
Can you take a step backstage for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sean, can you come down here?
Yes.
I asked your siblings to leave the stage because I want to have a productive conversation with you right now.
Yes.
What I was listening to you, if you noticed, there was no judgment coming out.
Yes.
It's very easy for people to judge where you're at and the things you have done. What people forget is that when you're a child and you receive a certain type of abuse or behavior, it becomes learned behavior that you then pass on and think that it's okay. You are in a situation where you had to escape, so you know something is wrong. You know the pressure was wrong. You know that you had to leave because something wasn't good.
Yes.
It was hard for you when you got hit.
Super hard.
What did it make you feel like every time you would get hit? Did you feel alone?
everything was just messed up. I felt like, yeah, I felt like it was hard on me, the pressure, and
Did you think that you deserved it?
no, I didn't deserve it.
What did you deserve? Tell me.
I wanted a family, a father who knows how to give chances. I understand sometimes you gotta discipline your children, but come on, with no chances, with no first chances, hey, here's a second chance, or even a third chance. Let's sit down, let me talk to you. Hey, you did something, I didn't appreciate it, you know what I mean? Just don't do it again, you know, next time, you know, there's gonna be consequences.
So this makes sense now.
Yeah.
The father that you wanted was a father that would give you chances, because in your mind, you were a kid that you're like, if you just give me a chance, I'll show you. Don't hit me. So that's why we hear this language of patience, because he thinks that he's being patient in giving his siblings a chance.
Yeah.
And I see all of that confusion in when you're talking to your siblings, because you're saying to them, like, I love you, I want to be there for you, but why don't you see it from my point of view? I'm seeing your point of view is what I'm trying to let you see. But what I need you to do for me right now is to take it one step further and see your siblings' point of view. Your siblings are telling you that they understand that you had to do stuff, but the abuse should have stopped with you, but now they're wanting it to stop for them. Do you understand that even if Katie, a little girl is fighting back because that's her fight or flight. She's trying to say, get off of me. I know from the outside it's like she's out of control, but it's a little girl. If your father is even a quarter of your size, he's a giant compared to your sister.
Yes.
So even that, do you think it's still okay for a man to be holding down a little girl?
It was not the right thing to do. I spoke with my father alone.
Okay, but can I tell you this? But did you tell this to your sister without saying justify? Did you just say, Katie, that was wrong?
They never gave me a chance to. I felt Katie. I did.
You felt it?
I felt my brothers, to be honest. And it all happened so quick that I didn't even know what else to do.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna remove that guilt and that language from you. You didn't fail them because you can't fail somebody when you didn't have the tools to succeed yourself. What you did is you did what you thought you needed to do because there's still a scared little boy in you that still remembers your father hitting him. And I see you get emotional because you know it's true. You didn't fail them. But the fact that you can acknowledge that you need to do more and that you can say, I'm sorry, will start to mend this relationship. So when your family comes out here, you can say that to them. Can you do that?
If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong.
Will Sean be able to apologize to all of his siblings?
Please, let me be your brother.
And will his apology be accepted?
You are the five. Get off my stage.
What I was listening to you, have you noticed there was no judgment coming out? When you're a child and you receive a certain type of abuse or behavior, it becomes learned behavior that you then pass on and think that it's okay. You didn't fail them, but the fact that you can acknowledge that you need to do more and that you can say, I'm sorry, will start to mend this relationship. So when your family comes out here, you can say that to them. Can you do that?
I can. I have no problem to talk to my brothers, and I have no problem to just if I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong, because I'm human.
This is a moment for you to admit.
Yes, I will.
This is a moment. All right, can we bring the siblings back out? Stay right here. I know you're out backstage listening, and I saw that's getting you emotional. What's going on in your mind right now?
Trauma.
Yeah.
Just the years of like trying to beg for him to help me. When my father wasn't a good figure, male figure to look up to, a role model, I looked at him.
Yeah.
But he reminded me of my father that I fear. And unfortunately, because of my father, I developed a huge series of daddy issues.
Yeah.
and mental health problems.
I'm sure.
And I looked at these two to help me. And yeah, and when hearing him talk,
You just heard him say that he thinks he failed you and that he's sorry. You want to talk to your siblings?
Yes. I have no issue with Coach.
I know.
I'm sorry. You did the right thing. Although sometimes I feel like I'm doing the right thing, but I'm actually doing the wrong thing. So I'm sorry, truly. And we were close. And as for Katie, I thought I was giving you tough love, but it was not the right way. Truly, truly sorry. Okay? Sorry I wasn't there. Okay? I thought I was doing the right thing. Just accept my apology whenever you think about it. That's all. Okay? Sorry. And as for you, King, me and King got into it yesterday.
Yeah, I can see his body language.
We did. Because I was trying to get close to him, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be his, friend and be cool with him. Believe it or not, I care so much about you. I really do. I want to be your friend, your brother. Please, let me be your brother. Let me care about you, and I want you to do the same thing. And I'm sorry for the things I've done that affects you, okay?
King, do you want to say anything to that?
I think I'm still processing and still learning how to even go about accepting to forgive something like that.
I get it.
So
I
I'll
understand.
just...
Listen, what I don't ever expect on my show is a quick fix. That's why I take the time to do these things. But what I need y'all to understand, the same way I stepped him away, is I need you three to understand that I'm not excusing any behavior that he's done to make you feel a certain way. But you have to remember, he was a kid that experienced the same thing you all experienced. The memories aren't vivid for you all because you weren't there yet. So there was abuse and things that were happening before y'all came around and before y'all could even understand that he went through. There was ways that he was taught of how to talk to people, of how to treat people before y'all even came around. No excuse for his behavior. But what he's trying to do right now is realize it and make amends. He received, and I truly believe that he received it. And that's why he individually said to each of you all an apology.
Honestly, they didn't know what I was going through last year. I sat in my car. I looked at a tree. I felt like driving into it. 95% of my mind was telling me to do it. But I was strong enough. I'm like, no, I'm not going to give up.
Did y'all know your brother had suicidal ideations? That
I
he was
did.
thinking about killing
I did.
himself?
And funny thing is, I just found out about it last night, and this whole time, I know, he had the blame over me, but, still, I sat down to hear his side of things, and, that's all I'm asking for you guys also. Give him a chance to view his story, because it's not always black and white.
How do y'all feel knowing that your brother had these problems? Because you talk about your mental health. Clearly, his mental health was affected too. And I'm not trying to compare, because that's never to compare what's going on with both of you, but it's to understand all of y'all were affected by a man who didn't love y'all right. That language of tough love came from his father. That's not his language. So let me give you the new language as I close this up. When it comes to love, it's never tough. Love is just love. If you ever have to give toughness with love, then there's a problem there.
Like that.
That's
the
the
truth.
mindset I understand before.
And that's where you got to stay in now.
That's what I
So when you
understood
see
before.
something happening with your sister, if you're like, oh, this is a tough love she got, she doesn't deserve tough love. She just deserves love. So anything that's making it tough needs to be removed. And as siblings, that's your job, to remove the toughness and just make it love. And I believe y'all can do that for each other.
Yeah.
You understand? Can y'all give y'all brother a hug? Y'all gonna be all right. You're good.
I can't do it on my own anymore.
That's where I can help you with.
It was a young couple in serious trouble.
Listen, you can do it.
Today, they return
See y'all sitting next to each other.
to share how being on the show changed their life.
So a few months ago, Brianna and Taylor were on my show because their relationship was in crisis and crumbling fast. I want y'all to take a look at this.
He's actually given me STDs before. First time he gave me an STD, I was pregnant with our daughter. It destroyed me.
Last time I cheated on her was back in January.
So while she was pregnant, you were cheating on her.
When she was pregnant with her first daughter, yes.
Just
Okay.
because it wasn't
If you
physical
say-
cheating, just
okay,
because you're not
okay,
in
I
bed
get that.
texting, it's
Okay,
all
and you've done the
cheating.
same thing.
It's
You've
all
done the same
cheating
thing.
because you did
That's
it
where
to
the
me.
mistake.
Before I open up these phone results, is there anything that you'd like to confess to Brianna?
No, I mean,
So you have not cheated since January.
correct, I have not.
Our phone investigator discovered that Taylor has tampered with the phone so that we could not get any results.
No way.
Turn to him, and I want you to repeat after me. Starting today,
Starting today,
I'm gonna start to practice
I'm gonna start to practice
knowing my worth.
knowing my worth.
And I understand today
And I understand
that
today
you cheating on me
that you cheating on me
is not what I deserve.
is not what I deserve.
And I am worth more than that.
And I am worth more than that.
My children are worth more than
My
that.
children are worth more than that.
Listen, you can do it.
You make mistakes. You make mistakes. You make mistakes a lot.
I mean, they couldn't
I've
even
made
get into
What's
your
your worth?
phone. I
What's
mean,
your worth? What's your worth? This is the moment when I'm not around, when you get back home, recognize your worth. What's your worth?
I'm worth more than
Thank
what
you.
you
That's the
put
start.
me
Like,
through.
anytime you start hearing
I
these
understand
excuses, your only response is I'm worth more. Don't engage. No more engagement. Well, I am excited to hear how things have been going since their first appearance on my show. So please welcome Brianna and Taylor back to the Karamo Show. Hey, y'all.
Hi.
All right, so I see y'all sitting close. I see y'all sitting next to each other. So Brianna, I'm gonna start with you. Tell me, how have things been going between you and Taylor since you were first on my show?
Things have been going great. We do not fight as often at all. Thank you so much for all the advice that you gave because it helped us tremendously in this relationship.
Yay, that's good to hear.
Yes.
All right, so Brianna, I want to know from you, in all sincerity, because I do love an update, but what changes have you made since the show?
I have made quite a bit of changes. When I wake up every morning, I ask myself every day what my worth is.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
yes, I do stuff for myself every day to make myself happy. I take time for myself, do my makeup, get ready, go shopping, whatever it does to make me happy.
Good, good, good. And Brianna, what changes has Taylor made since you were on the show?
He is an excellent father. He doesn't play his video games near as often as he used to.
Good.
And
I let her sleep in now. I get up with the kids in the
Yes.
morning, and by you telling her to know her worth, that kind of helped me develop my worth, and to kind of help her at the same time. So I want to thank you for that.
Good
gotta be happy ourselves to make each other happy.
So Taylor, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you, Taylor, because we don't often have men here talking about this. What is your worth?
My worth is waking up in the morning, realizing what was in front of me and not behind me like I was.
Good job.
So by me doing that and seeing her beautiful smile every morning, waking up just really enthusiasm me to be a better father.
Good. You all have made the commitment and said we're going to trust each other. But, you know, I want to make sure, are your behaviors changing to show that you're not going to be unfaithful?
Yes, they are. I wake up every morning, don't even worry about anything, just focus on what's in my household and what's around me, and that's my kids and my beautiful girl.
Good, good, good. I'm gonna tell y'all this as well. You know, the clip of them on my show went viral. It was, I think it went up to a couple million views. And let me tell you something. The Karamo family was like, we gonna find him and we gonna see him. So trust me, even though you think it's only you watching, Brianna, we got a whole family out here who watching your man as well. All right, just let you know that right now. All right. So I'm glad that the family doesn't have to report anything to me, Taylor, because they do slide in my DMs and be like, hey, you remember that guest? We saw them at the grocery store. This is what was going on. And so y'all nosy just like me. Y'all know it. And so that's why I love the family here. But I'm glad, Taylor, that you're taking the actions, to be responsible, and to step up for your families. I just know that I'm so happy that y'all came on the show and that y'all are actually growing together, because that's what this show's about. It's about talking and growing. And a lot of times y'all don't get to see what happens after people leave my stage. It's moments like these that touch my heart and inspire me to keep doing this work. It's about the breakthroughs. It's about the healing for me. It's about us talking and growing.
Know your worth.